Hello, it's Wee Claire here from MCM Comic Con, and we hope that you are staying happy, healthy, safe, and most of all, we hope you're staying at home. Speaking of which, segue, we have some special news for you for those stuck at home. Netflix has just dropped The Last Kingdom Season 4. It's available right now. And we asked you guys if you had any questions for the cast because we have a very special virtual panel with the cast members of The Last Kingdom coming right up. Enjoy! So we are here with the cast of The Last Kingdom. Yes, we have Toby, Millie, Emily, and Timothy. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey. Now, this is a bit different. So I thought I would ask you before we start. Now, we've got The Last Kingdom's just dropped on Netflix, as you know. Usually we'll be doing all sorts of different promo, but how has it been during the Corona apocalypse? It's kind of a bit different, I guess.
Yeah.
It's mad how adaptive people are, though. I mean, even the fact that we're doing this is bonkers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like done our press for us in a way, because our press is trying to say, like, go home, stay indoors, and watch the show, please. And that's why everybody's doing it. So, yeah, we're happy to have facilitated a nice show for people to watch and get them through a little bit of this rather bizarre time.
And have you guys, so talking about binge watching, I'm going to get onto that in a second because I'm sure some of your hardcore fans have watched all of this already, even though it's just dropped. But what other sorts of shows are you binge watching right now on different streaming services? Got any recommendations for us?
I've just finished Ozark. And man, was that a journey. Me and my housemate watched it, and it's basically Jason Bateman cannot catch a break. Is basically the synopsis of it, and it is thoroughly entertaining. I definitely recommend.
So, Ozark, anyone else?
Yeah, I just watched the first few episodes of Midnight Gospel. Have you seen it? It's
No.
the new animation show by Pendleton Ward, who did Adventure Time, but it's like an adult Adventure Time about, like, it's I think the guy Duncan Trussell, I think his name is. He's a comedian who's really into like meditation and psychedelics and out there Eastern philosophy. And it's interviews that he's done for real with different guests, and then they've animated it over the top of it. The most insane visuals you could possibly imagine. It's like in a world where the lead guy that Duncan plays sticks his head into a virtual reality machine and then goes into alternate universes and meets strange avatars and characters. It's amazing and mind-bending. I love it.
That sounds amazing. Millie, what about you? Any recommendations, Millie?
I've been like plowing through Sopranos, which I'd never seen before, and I'm just it's amazing, and it's so good because there are so many of them. I'm still watching it, and I started at the beginning of all of this, so that's serving me really well. I also did Tiger King.
Yes.
Best thing ever.
So guys, let's go on to some fan questions because this show is all about the fans and we are all about the fans at MCM Comic Con. So this is a question, first of all, for Toby and Millie.
Yes.
Okay. So this is from Swarsy on Twitter. So I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. What was
How many E's was in that name?
I think it's 4 or 5.
5 E's, okay, cool.
5 E's, yes. Swarsy. What was it like to film the reconciliation scene between your characters?
Do you want to go first, Ted?
Yeah, sure. That was great. I guess that's the only. We haven't worked together for a while in the show, and I don't know. For me, it was great because the writers really like gave Ethelred some great stuff as the seasons went on. But to flip it like that and give an opportunity to show a different color, even if it was because he was suffering from a massive brain injury, was wonderful. Yeah.
I think for me as well, it was really helpful for the scene that it was mine and Tobe's last time potentially like ever working together, which was a really bad thing for me. It kind of made the emotion of that scene really real, which hopefully, I mean, as well as these characters as well, they've been on such a horrible journey together, and I think it was really important to both of us to I think, because no human's just ever born evil. They've got some kind of journey or some kind of it was really important for us to tell that, to show that he is human in some way and that he's not just a bad guy. And yeah, I think it was definitely, the emotion was coming out of that, as well as a real place, as it being really sad to have that last scene with one of your best friends and working with for years and yeah,
and to go out on a after so much like raging and shouting, to have a really, really quiet note at the end. And anytime you finish on a show, it's like bittersweet.
Yeah.
So it is a kind of weird death and a grief in a way, especially when you worked on it for a really long time. So it's to give the character a send off and to leave something that final mark is really important in the scene. I think is a really nice.
And you want to leave the audience as well asking their own questions. You don't want him to just have died to death and for that to be it. You want him to be in the back of the audience's mind, which I think Tobes did perfectly, and it was really bittersweet. But yeah,
are we doing like a spoiler included?
Yes, don't worry.
Don't presume worry. That everybody's watched it.
Don't you worry. There will be something on the screen that says spoiler alert. So don't worry. It's all good.
Great.
I wanted to, just jumping off from that question, and this is something that I wonder, as someone who isn't an actor, who's never done any acting at all, when you film, and this is for all of you guys actually, maybe start with Emily first, when you're filming very loaded emotional scenes, how do you feel afterwards? Is it like doing an exercise? You feel a bit like, I need to go, like, I don't do something happy, or how do you feel afterwards? Emily, do you want to start?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think basically all actors do it in a very different kind of way. I don't think there's like one way of doing that every actor does. For me, with everything, I always try and find parallels within my life as well. So I do go to places, especially in Breda, which are quite painful. And afterwards, it's fine. I mean, you can get rid of it because it was a character and it was a situation you're not in. But still, of course, it's there and it's not gone like within 2 seconds afterwards. You might take like, I don't know, I just go for a run or do something nice, have a phone call with someone, things like that.
Just shake it off a bit. What about you, Tim? What do you feel afterwards? Do you need to just be alone? Like maybe just hold yourself for a moment? Like how do you feel?
It's like, not that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, I often find that afterwards I feel pretty great. Like like it's kind of cathartic in a way. So you kind of get it all out, and then you get a big hug from someone. I don't know. It's I feel like when I try and force it, it just looks bad, and so it's often catches you by surprise when you're not really looking for it, and then you kind of connect with whatever it is you're trying to get to, and then you're like, oh, I didn't realize I got there,
That's actually the good thing about it. Sorry, that you can go to places where you usually wouldn't go to. You can actually be like, oh my God, I have that side inside of me. It's kind of scary in a way.
I can imagine it must be quite, I suppose, like being a front person in a band or something. It may be quite good to kind of get that off your chest. Do you guys want to add anything, Toby or Millie?
I think Tim said it really well, that it's like if you connect with it, even if it's really painful, then it feels good. even if it's a breakdown. If you can, I have a voice in my head. If it's going well, I'm like, this is good. It just feels, there's a difference between it's like when it's forced, and then it can feel really bad. You come away from it feeling like you just exerted all this energy in a not pleasant way. But when it flows, when it's good, even when it's really difficult emotions, it feels like a success. Yeah.
Next question is from, let's have a look here, the last Durin on Twitter. Okay, I hope I'm saying that correct. So this is for Timothy. So Timothy, we see Edward making a lot of bad decisions this season, whether he's being advised or not. If you could give him advice, what would it be?
Edward, if I could give Edward advice.
Yes.
Live your truth, man. Live your truth. No,
the feels.
I think it's. I think the conflict happens in the series of him just being advised by all these older people who think they know best for him and best for Wessex, you know. And often that leads him in the wrong directions, and he's having to problem solve often when the problems are happening, kind of like the current environment we're living in right now, when, you know, you're just having to think on your feet and you're making mistakes, and it's all about realizing what's best for the people, I think. But ultimately, the way he listens to, especially Ethelhelm in particular, I'd be like, get that guy out of here, you know? He's...
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to cut across, because you talk about advice, and it just prompted me and reminded me, and this is my question actually. I read something about chair acting, that you do, that there's a lot of chair acting.
Oh yeah, so, looking at furniture, sitting on furniture.
Can you give us any tips about chair acting tips, please?
Oh yeah. So you've got to have your feet firmly planted on the ground.
Got it.
And often I like to think about the texture of the furniture I'm sitting on. So if it's felt, you can kind of get a feel that kind of gives a bit of like sympathy, a bit of melancholy. But I feel like a bit of darker fabric tends to kind of not only lift my mood, but lift my acting. So it's all about just like being present with the furniture, you know.
I want that on a t-shirt. Guys, It's all about being present with the furniture. Said it here first.
Totally.
Quote of the year.
I had a good tip that was like, if the chair is uncomfortable, don't pretend it's not, that it is comfortable. Like I'm sitting in a throne and pretending like it's really comfortable, but like it's not. So don't, like, kings are allowed to be like, stupid chair. I don't know how to sit in it, and actually it makes for a good joke.
It's realistic. That's what I want to hear. Emily, let's talk about stunts. Okay, so what is it like as an actor getting involved in that way with stunts and things?
I just really, really love it. I think, again, it's because that's the great thing about this job. You just get to do things all the time that you usually wouldn't be doing. Mm-hmm. So I love, you know, I mean, I don't do my own stunts, of course. So actually, usually I watch other people doing incredible stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember this moment in the first season, for example, right at the beginning, and I'd never seen that. I'd never seen a human being burning. I think it's in episode 1 or 2 or something when he comes out, and was this full body burn. And just seeing something like that is quite incredible, and something I don't think I'll ever forget. And for myself, I love the fact that I get to ride a horse, that I get to throw my axe, that I that I fight. You know, I'm an only child. I don't think I've ever actually hit anyone. So in these fighting scenes, you know, where I have to run around and beat people up or pretend to beat people up, it's quite challenging if you've never actually done it. So it's fun.
Excellent. And this next question is from Wick on Twitter. I'm so sorry, you lovely fans that have sent in questions. Please feel free to like hit me over the head virtually on Twitter. So from Wick on Twitter, this is for all of you, but I want Millie to start. So, favorite scene to shoot this season, and this person says loved season 4, just epic, and the cast are brilliant. That's from Wendy. Sorry, Wendy on Twitter. So let's start with you, Millie. Favorite scene to shoot this season?
Well, I've got 2 favourites. So the scene with Tobes that we were talking about earlier, that's definitely up there for me. That was it was just such a nice ending to mine, not only mine and Toby's, but Ethelred and Ethelfled's characters. Such a nice way for them to end. So that was one of them. It was also really challenging, I think, for both of us, and we had a few days like going over it and just trying to really we just really wanted to get it right, and I was really happy with how it came out. So I think, yeah. And then the battle scene is it episode? Someone's going to have to help me here. Is it episode? Which was Sarah's battle scene?
Is it 3? Isn't she 3 and 4?
3 and 4.
So it must be 4.
I thought it was 5. My bad.
Really?
Don't listen to me.
I don't really know.
Battle scene in either episode 3 or episode 4, it was such a great battle, because I feel like the director Sarah, who was amazing, she really focused in on everyone's characters at a time. It wasn't just like a big bloodthirsty battle sequence. There was a real opportunity to hone in on everyone's inner workings of their character, and I thought that it was just so brilliantly executed by her. And it was just really fun. It was I don't think we've ever had a battle of that scale, really. So it was just really fun as well. So they're my 2.
So what about you, Toby? Do you want to jump in? So what was your favourite scene to shoot this season?
Yeah, sorry, I have to keep unmuting myself because the guy's trying to fix a car really loudly outside and just revving the engine.
Okay, Corona Apocalypse probs, it's fine.
Yeah.
Totes profesh. So what about you, Toby? Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have to agree with Millie. Both of those scenes for me. And basically for the same reasons. My Ethelred's exit, because we were given the time to shoot it and a bit of breathing space. The show is pacey and punchy, and to have time to slow down and focus in, zero in on these little moments and work the script like that. It's always great. And then battles, because they're fun. And this is I usually am rubbish in battles. Ethelred is rubbish in battles, but I got to be all right. Me and Jamie Blackley did this shot where we are charging in last minute to help in the battle with the 5 armies. Not that's the Lord of the Rings, but the Hobbit. But there were 5 armies, which we did actually have to shoot on fake horses.
Were those on fake horses?
Yeah.
Really?
No kidding.
I have to admit, it was mechanical horses. They're just the fronts of just the heads, because it's not because we're bad at riding horses. It's because in order to have the camera stay locked at exactly the same distance from and not have the horses move back and forwards, just keep us in frame. We could have done that on real horses, I'm sure. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Although if you looked it up from the side, it would be me and Jamie on the back of a truck going quite slowly across. Like, it always looks faster on camera, but in real life we're sort of going across a Hungarian field going like, basically horse dodgers.
And I'm sorry, I was going to ask Tim and Emily as well, but we are running out of time, so I need to get to my last few questions. I'm not being rude, if you don't mind, you guys, if that's okay with you guys. I've got a couple more questions. The fans. Let's get back to the fans here, because this just dropped. And I know there are some fans that probably binge watch this like that. Have you been receiving any messages online? Have you been getting any feedback? Start with Tim. Any feedback from the fans, and what has it been like so far?
Yeah, I think some of the funniest feedback has been people's annoyance at the character of Edward and how he keeps on making the wrong decisions in their opinion, and I would have to also agree. So that's quite good that you're getting some really positive feedback, and also some people who are just really annoyed about what he's doing, which is good, because I guess you're doing your job right when you're getting that reaction. So
how do you answer fans like that when they're like, oh my god, and they're like, and you're like, because obviously you're an actor, you're different from the character. I think some people might conflate the two sometimes and just get really irate. Like, what do you say back to fans that get a bit annoyed?
I don't know what to say. I don't know how to calm them. All I can say is it's fine. It's all fine.
Guys, it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be fine.
Gonna be fine, you guys. I'm sorry we have to wrap up. It's been so fast, but before we do wrap up, could we have a short message from each of you to the Last Kingdom fans and a message to MCM fans, of which they cross over? So let's have a message to each of them. So let's start with Millie. Like, wee short message. What would you say?
Just thank you so much for the continued support of the show, and we love making it, and we're able to make it for you guys, so thank you, and I hope you enjoy this season.
Yes. And what about you, Emily? Do you want to add anything?
Absolutely. I definitely want to thank you so much, because you've really been there from the very, very beginning, and it's been quite a journey, quite a few years, and you were there all the time with your love and your support, and that really means a lot, because that's the reason we're making it. Thank you.
Right. And Toby.
Thank you so much for watching. In our Last Kingdom WhatsApp group, they've been posting some of the how well it's doing on Netflix in some countries right now, and that's just amazing, and it's the reason why we do it. And to anybody who's seen it, thanks. It was one of the best experiences being on that show, and I love everyone involved. So yeah.
Cool. And last but not least, go for it, Timothy.
Yeah, I just hope it's provided all you guys with a lot of escapism through all these weird times. And while you're at home, just keep on watching and stay present with your furniture.
I love that so much. That's now your thing. I'm hoping that is just now your actual thing. So we've got, guys, it's Timothy Innes, actor and furniture salesman. Seriously, if the acting goes whatever tits up, then you know where you're to find him in your nearest furniture shop.
I'm already doing it. It's already happening. I've got a website.
Guys, you've been so lovely. I wish we could have talked longer. It went by so fast, and I had more questions to ask you guys, but I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're washing your goddamn hands and staying at home. And good luck with The Last Kingdom. Honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's a good old beefy series to get into on Netflix. So thank you very much, guys, and hopefully we'll see you soon after all this nonsense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.